Hi guys. Okay, welcome back to my channel. I have not done a reading vlog in a long time. As much as I love reading, book slumps exist, and sadly, unfortunately, I just went through the worst one I've ever had in my entire life. Let's just say I read 5 books in June. As you saw, I did my whole June reading wrap up. And July came around and I could not finish a book. Could not find a book I wanted to read. Nothing. July passes. August comes into view. The only book I read in August was a school book I had to read, which was The Kite Runner by Khalid Hosseini. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. That one was really good. But I just finished my first book since June that I voluntarily read. And that is Me Before You. I just finished Me Before You, and let's just say it was a really good book. I really enjoyed it. Pretty sad, of course. The events are not something that you would want to experience or be a part of. And I was okay. It was supposed to be a really heartbreaking, sad book, and it was a sad book. But I didn't cry. I mean, I almost did, but like I didn't shed a tear. And that really disappointed me because I really wanted to come back from my book slump and cry and be heartbroken from a book because I was just craving that sadness from that books bring me. I just love heartbreaking books. I love just feeling hurt and sadness from them. So I was just craving that feeling, especially after being in a book slump for so long. I didn't get it. And I was so disappointed because everyone told me, "Oh yeah, that's a really sad book. Oh my gosh, the movie made me cry, made my dad cry." I was like, oh great, I'm so excited. Nothing. I've yet to see the movie. I'm going to see it soon now that I've read the book. But I just hope it makes me cry because the book was actually not that. I don't know, maybe I just needed to like read it closer together because it did take me like all month to read it. I don't know. I just feel like I guess I didn't really think into it much. I mean, quadriplegics, like, I could not imagine living that kind of life. It's a very popular movie and book, so I'm assuming you guys would know about it, but it follows Louisa Clark and Will Traynor. Will Traynor is a quadriplegic who became a quadriplegic like in his late 20s, I think. And Louisa Clark was hired to take care of him for 6 months and be kind of like the person who's just keeps him company and stuff. And it just goes through the whole 6 month period of her trying to make his life better or like bring some light into his world because he can't do anything for himself. He needs to be helped. He needs to be fed. He needs to be taken to the restroom. He needs medication. He has his own like doctor on hand. Like his life is not his own anymore, pretty much. And so, following Will and Louisa, I did get close to Louisa. I started to love Will and I would start to understand him and see his view on his life and be like, okay, I get it. You can't do anything on your own. I get why you want to do this. Honestly, I think it was a really good book to get me out of my reading slump. I'm disappointed. I am. I wish it was. I mean, okay. I don't want to sound apathetic, but I wish it was more sad. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of messed up to say, but I just wish it broke my heart more and made me more sad. I don't want to be swayed by how popular this book is. So, okay, since I've kind of have a soft spot for it, I think I'm gonna give it a 4. A 4 star. That's still really good. The story flowed very well. The characters were wonderful and great. Although Will's mom, she got on my nerves a lot, but you can kind of see where she comes from. The author did really well with building the worlds and the situation and her research and knowledge on quadriplegics and how their lives are lived, and being able to tell us and make the reader try to understand what Will was going through, what Louisa was going through, what Will's family was going through. And it was just, I give props to the author. So that's book number 1 done. I already have another book in mind. As I said, I'm still craving that sadness that books bring me. I'm craving a heartbreak, so I'm gonna read Every Last Word. I think that's what it's called, and it's supposed to be really sad. So I'm excited, and hopefully this one does not disappoint.
Hi guys, it's been a hot
minute since I last updated this vlog. I don't even remember. I think I finished a book on Saturday night. Yeah, I haven't updated this vlog since Saturday and it's Tuesday now. But I finished my first book, as you saw, in a while. And I'm on my second book, actually, if you saw already. I'm reading Every Last Word by... Good question, I forgot the author's name. But I thought, why not like update you guys on my book while I get ready for bed. But right now, I took the time to read because I actually had time to read today. I like finished all my homework that I wanted to get done today, and I just put some music on and read my book. So basically, if you guys, I feel like it's a pretty popular book. So just in like summary, the book, the main character has OCD, and it's so bad that she has to go to a therapist and be on medication for it because she like obsesses and thinks a lot and obsesses over things, and her friends, like her best friends, who she calls her best friends, don't know that about her. She hides that from them because they're like the popular girls in school, and she always overthinks when she's with them. She doesn't really like them. She says she does, but you can tell that those are not really real friends to her. But then she meets this other girl, Caroline, and she finds herself opening up to Caroline and just telling her about her OCD, her therapist, her poetry, and it's like a friendship starts to form, but no one knows. Like her other friends don't know that she's friends with Caroline, and Caroline now knows all this stuff about our main character that her best friends don't even know. So it's pretty good right now, honestly. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know. This book is very different. I'm kind of feeling comfort from this book. I'm feeling very much like this is my safe place. This is like, I think I'm starting to like connect to the story. I can't relate to her at all. I don't have OCD. But I can kind of relate to her in the fact that she thinks a lot. I feel like for me, I'm like always in my head and thinking about things, maybe not like her. And I just like, it feels good to be seen, if you know what I mean. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm only like about 80 pages in, and we'll see how it continues to go. Look who's staring at me. Or he was. Hey guys, it is like the last time I updated you guys was what, Tuesday? It is now Sunday. But I thought I'd update you guys on the recent book I've been reading, which is Every Last Word, I think it is. I'm really enjoying it. I posted on my TikTok about it actually because I heard it's like a really sad book. But right now it's actually not that sad. I mean, like, we're following the main character's life. That's pretty much all we're doing. So it's not really sad. I'm only, 234 pages in, and it's going really well. I'm really enjoying it. Today I'm sneaking like a little bit of time to read because I have time to read. Yesterday I was so busy. I had homecoming and I was getting ready for that, and it was just like a whole thing. But today I like slept in, had breakfast, watched some football, and now I'm reading. I did some homework too. I keep forgetting her name. What's her name? What's the main character's name? I'm asking like you guys know. Sam. Her name is Sam. Okay, so Sam is like, she has like OCD and all that stuff, and she has to see a therapist. She has to be on medication, and to help herself, she writes poetry. She makes playlists. She has this thing with the number 3, and kind of like all those things I guess you would have if you had OCD. I'm really liking how she's kind of breaking out of her shell, and she's learning to be more confident and to stick up for herself more, especially with the type of friends she has. And she's starting to kind of like break free from the shell that her OCD has had her in, from what she thinks she's had to. She's breaking free of who she thought she had to be. in order to be liked. And that's what she's doing right now. And right now she's advancing in her other new relationships that she has. She made a new friend, Caroline. She's getting it. She's kind of like, she made amends with the guy she used to torment and bully because of his stutter. His name is AJ. So she's like, she became friends with him. Their relationship is like really not escalating as in a bad way, but like it's like getting up there. And she's just finding her people, she's finding her voice, and I'm really enjoying that about the book. I really like it a lot, but we'll see how it goes. I think there's like 300 and something pages. I'm 64% of the way through, and I thought I'd just update you guys because I started this vlog like 2 weeks ago. Have I yet to finish it? No, but I think once I finish this book, I'll call it, but I'll update you guys later. Okay, hello guys. It is a while later. I finished, as you saw, I finished both Me Before You and Every Last Word, and they got me out of my reading slump. I am so happy about that because ever since then, I've been reading, and that's all I've wanted to do, and I'm so excited about that. So let's talk about them. Okay, so the first book that I started reading in September was Me Before You, and I was I went to TikTok and I was like, hey, like searching up some book recommendations. And Me Before You came up and I was like, okay, great. Let me go see if I can get it off the Libby app, transfer it to my Kindle. It was there. So I got it and I started reading it, and let's just say it was a little slow start. I was not too interested at the beginning, but as the story went on, I started getting more interested. We have Will, the main character, as well as Louisa, who is his caregiver, and I feel like Me Before You is a very popular story, so it's like I feel like I don't need to explain it much, but if you don't know, so basically about Louisa, who is Will Trainor's caregiver, which Will Trainor is a paraplegic, which no, a quadriplegic. He's a quadriplegic who is paralyzed and cannot do anything on his own, so he needs help. And Louisa is basically just hired for like companionship mostly. He already has like a physician at home who goes and takes care of him and gives him all his meds. But Louisa is more of a companion because of a bigger secret that the family is holding from her until she eventually finds out later on after overhearing Will's mom and Will's sister. And so after that, basically the whole story is Louisa just trying to make Will's life better, trying to make it more enjoyable. He's trying to give him more of an experience because ever since like he went a lot like he was an early adult when he got paralyzed, and then he's like I think in his 30s. So he got paralyzed like later on in life. But of course, your life is not really your own if you need help going to the restroom, being fed, taking care of yourself, being bathed. So of course, I understood Will's perspective on his life in that aspect, but Louisa just wanted to give him experiences to make his life more enjoyable and to just make it more worth living and to give it more meaning. And in the process, of course, this is a love story. So in the process, they both start getting closer to each other and starting to develop those feelings and also this kind of love for each other. And that's what happened throughout the book. And I don't want to say much about it because I also don't want to give spoilers for those who have not read the book or seen the movie because it's a really popular movie. And I read this book hoping that it would break my heart and make me sob, but it did none of that. It was sad, yes, I'll give it that, but it did not make me cry. And I was really disappointed once it came the end. Like, I was waiting for the tears to start running. I was waiting for the waterworks and they never came. I think it's just for how long it took me to read the book. It probably took me like 2 weeks. So I think since it like was prolonged, I think that's why I didn't really build that much of a strong connection to the characters and the story, so I wasn't moved to tears. I gave that book I think a 4 point no, I think I gave it a 4 star. I gave this book a 4 star. I really enjoyed it. It was a really good book. I have yet to see the movie, but I hope to see it soon. I kind of forgot about the movie, but I'm so glad I read the book before the movie because you know how movies tend to change a lot of things. So we'll see if the movie's better than the book and if it'll actually make me cry. Moving on, the next book I actually picked up the next day, I think, was Every Last Word. Every Last Word, I went looking on TikTok to for book recommendations, like sad book recommendations that will actually break my heart. And this book came up, and it came up in a lot of them. So I was like, okay, let me go see if I can get it off my Libby app. It's on the Libby app for ready to borrow, and so I get it and start reading it. And this book, right from the beginning, I I took an interest. I don't know if you guys are ever like reading a book and right from the beginning, from the first few pages or the first few chapters, you already can tell that this read is going to be different. You're like, something's going to happen to you through this book. And I felt that from this book. Which kind of like got me a little excited, because it's like like I have not found a book like that in a while. So I was super excited. Gosh, these flies. So I continued reading it, and I was getting more into the story, getting more into our main character, and like learning more about her and her OCD. And so basically, I follow Sam, who she has like severe OCD, I think, and it's like her brain does not turn off; it does not stop thinking, and so it causes her to have these panic attacks, these anxiety attacks. And she has to be medicated. She has to go see a therapist, and she has this thing with the number 3. And for those of you guys, I don't know, like, and her and her family only knew about her OCD. She did not tell her what she considered her best friends. Her best friends were like these really popular girls who she hung out with, and they're like the very stereotypical mean popular girls. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so those are her best friends, and they don't know about her at all. She hides it from them because with them, she says she can feel normal, which, I mean, I guess it's understandable. But you can tell she definitely feels trapped in that friend group. She definitely does not feel like she can be herself or express herself freely, unless she's going to get judged or kicked out or hated on and stuff like that. And I feel like if she were to ever leave that group, she knew what they would do to her if she did leave, like start rumors and all that stuff. But then she meets this new girl, Caroline. She has never seen her before, and Caroline leads her into this kind of secret hidden room in a janitor's closet, and that's where she finds the Poet Society, which is just a group of kids who go into the secret room like twice a week, and they write poetry, they recite it, they write songs. It's like they do their own thing to express their own feelings, to express their own selves, and then they go and share it with them, with knowing they won't be judged by it. They won't be judged because of it. So it's basically kind of like a safe haven for kids who are kind of like neglected by other people and who can't find friends easily, or who are considered the weirdos of the group, or like the weirdo kids at school. And so Sam finds these people, and she is super excited, and she feels like she can be herself. And she reveals her OCD to Caroline, and she starts forming new friendships and new connections. And she ends up falling in love with this one dude who she used to bully when she was younger, because of his stutter. And she starts to learn more about him and herself and how to take control of her OCD. She starts writing poetry. She recites her poems to the group, and she's trying to overcome all these things while she's trying to figure out, she's navigating all these new changes in her life, these good changes, while still trying to figure out herself and what she's going to do with her old friend group. There's a really good plot twist at the end of the book, and it was like insane. Like, props to the author for how she did that, because that was actually insane. It got me. Like, usually, sometimes, especially with like mysteries, I'm usually able to guess the ending and what happens, but this one, it's like totally like took a whole 360, and I was like it was insane. And I really enjoyed that aspect. It was so well done. And I just really I don't know. I feel like for this book I was able to really connect with Sam and the rest of the characters. I really enjoyed reading about them. I feel like the author did a good job in kind of representing Sam's OCD, because I'm not saying I was diagnosed or I have OCD, but I feel like I could see a part of my younger self in Sam, because definitely when I was younger, I feel like I definitely had some of the habits she has. Totally stopped doing that when I was younger, but I kind of saw a little bit of myself in Sam. But I don't know, I connected with the characters. I loved the setting. I loved the idea and the storyline and how it was played out. I really loved how we got to get a glimpse into Sam's thoughts and how and what her brain makes her think and how her mind is structured. I think that's the right word. But overall, I gave the book a 4.5 stars. It was really good. I'm so happy with how these books are turning out. I'm really enjoying them. And this read was one of my favorites. Like, this is one of my top books because I just felt so connected and I just felt so invested in the story. And I did not want it to end. I did not want it to end. And it was coming closer and closer and closer. And I was like, no, this cannot end. I need to keep reading about Sam and her new relationships and how she's growing and getting better day by day. But ultimately, it did end, which the ending, it was a good ending. I'll tell you that. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It was just like, it was a good ending, but it was just like, it just ended, like I don't want to use the word normal, but normal ending. Like, it was just like, it ended on a good note. It ended on some random page. I don't know how to explain it or make that make sense, but those are the two books I read in this vlog that got me out of my reading slump. Thank the living Jesus. Oh my gosh, I was dying to get out of reading slump because after my June reading wrap up, I was so hyped. I read 5 books in June. I was like, let's go, let's keep it going. I'm almost at my reading goal for the year. I picked up Fearless by Lauren Roberts, and I did not finish it. That was the last book I tried to read until the school book I had to read. I'm glad I'm back out of it now. I actually started a new book, which I fell in love with Hope, which let me just give you guys a little bit of review right now. I love that book. That book is so good. The quotes in that, it has me highlighting like every other page. Like, it's so good. And I'm so like, I've been posting the quotes on my TikTok. Like, if you haven't already, go follow me on my TikTok. Link in bio. Anyways, um, it's just like I I just love it so much, and I feel like it's really putting into words what I felt and what I thought. Honorable mention: I fell in love with Hope, and I think that's my third book I started in September, which I think I'm ending September. It's actually September 30th while I'm filming this, but I think I'm ending September with 2 books read, which is better than 0. So I'm gonna take it, and I think I'm gonna finish I Fell in Love with Hope in October. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me, trying to get out of my reading slump. We did it. I finally have a reading vlog out. I've not done a reading vlog in a hot minute because of this reason. So hopefully more of these to come. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.